When you look around a room or hear a voice, you assume your brain is accurately recording the objective world. We are biologically wired to trust that our senses provide a high-fidelity map of existence. In reality, that seamless three-dimensional experience is a restricted, edited construct. Your biology produces the broadcast by heavily filtering the raw data flowing in from the outside. This skepticism has deep historical roots. In the allegory of the cave, Plato described prisoners chained in a cavern, watching flickering shadows on a wall and mistaking those silhouettes for the true world. The 18th century philosopher Immanuel Kant took this further, arguing that our minds inevitably structure reality through the categories of space and time. He called the true nature of the universe the thing in itself, an objective reality that remains forever beyond human reach. By processing only the narrow bandwidths of light and sound needed for survival, our brains conceal massive structural layers of the universe from our daily awareness. This raises a biological puzzle. If natural selection favors accuracy, why would the human brain evolve to actively hide the truth of our environment? Cognitive scientist Donald Hoffman suggests our perception works like a computer's desktop interface. Evolution designed our senses to function as simple icons, not windows into objective reality. An email icon hides the overwhelming complexity of servers and code to let you complete a task. Similarly, our brains hide the complexity of physics to keep us functional. Perceiving every individual photon, radio wave, and quantum fluctuation would result in immediate sensory paralysis. We simply cannot process that volume of raw data and still make the quick decisions required to stay alive. Neuroscientists Anil Seth and Carl Friston describe the brain as a prediction machine. It constantly generates its own best guess about the world to minimize errors, creating what they call a controlled hallucination. This modern science echoes Aldous Huxley's earlier proposal that the brain acts as a reducing valve. Its primary job is to shut out a much larger, overwhelming reality to keep us focused on biological survival. Our day-to-day existence is a narrowed biological operating system. It provides a useful model for staying alive, but it never shows us the whole truth. If our biology is a reducing valve, what physical structures are being filtered out? To find the answer, we have to look past biology and into the mathematics of higher dimensions. Carl Sagan often used a thought experiment called Flatland to explain our inability to perceive higher spatial dimensions. Imagine a universe consisting of a single two-dimensional plane. Its inhabitants are flat geometric shapes who only understand length and width. In Flatland, the concept of up or down is physically impossible to imagine. If a three-dimensional sphere descends through that plane, the Flatlanders would witness a series of inexplicable events. They would see a single point appear from nowhere, expanding into a circle, then shrinking back into a point before vanishing. They cannot see the 3D sphere. They only see the two-dimensional slice their world allows. Modern string theory suggests we are in the exact same position. It mathematically proposes that 10 or 11 dimensions currently exist all around us. These extra dimensions exist as microscopic, compactified loops. They are vibrating and folding within space itself, hidden far below our senses. Astrophysicists like Neil deGrasse Tyson emphasize that our biological hardware limits us. Our senses were tuned for survival on a 3D landscape, leaving us blind to these deeper mathematical structures. We operate exactly like the Flatlanders. Massive, higher-dimensional structures surround us, but they remain invisible to our three-dimensional biology. If our perceived reality is just a tailored survival construct, we have to reconsider the nature of our daily lives. Certain altered states of consciousness may temporarily thin this biological filter. When the brain's predictive systems are disrupted, we may experience brief, overwhelming glimpses of the world as it actually is. Mystical experiences and deep meditative states might not be hallucinations. Instead, they could represent the temporary failure of the brain's reducing valve, letting the mind at large seep through. This perspective demands a profound humility. Most of what we consider absolute reality is merely a useful model, one that hides as much as it reveals. The three-dimensional world you navigate every day marks the boundary of our biological light. Beyond that edge, a much vaster reality remains hidden in the dark.